Crypto millionaires lost millions. Yeah, someone lost 5.5 million. Welcome back to my channel. Smash that like button. This is my Coin Central story. So you're following me figuring out crypto. And if you want to be with more content like this, subscribe because you are welcome. We're building a community here. And this is our story of how we are entering the crypto journey. Oh, I love this story. I love this intro.
Today I want to tell all of you how to become a millionaire in just a couple of weeks. You heard that right, just a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I want to be a millionaire in a couple of weeks. That would be completely awesome.
Sound too good to be true? Not if you're one of those inspirational crypto bros who's telling people it is true. And one of those guys is former billionaire in Chia Pet who became a real boy, Sam Bankman-Fried. The other thing he became...
Sam Bankman-Fried got Sam Bankman jailed. Haha. No, but seriously, guys, this is what happened. Sam Bankman-Fried played with customer funds, and this is exactly what happens.
Is a real broke, at least in comparison to his net worth pre-crash. This guy went from billionaire to millionaire within a couple of weeks by losing $23 billion in the great crypto collapse of 2022. But your boy SBF isn't the only person to lose big in crypto right now. More than 80,000 Bitcoin...
18,000 Bitcoin millionaires wiped out in the greatest crypto crash of 2022.
Investors had their millionaire status revoked.
Yeah, so... maybe they don't even know that crypto exists anymore. Wouldn't that be crazy? Like, you find out one day you're going to a shitty job and you find out you bought Bitcoin back in 2012 for $1,000 as a joke, and you find out the wallets. This is like the true story. This is like hitting the lottery, seeing, oh, I have 1 million. I can just pay some tax and quit my job that I suck. I've been working on Walmart, was working GameStop in 2012. This is the crypto stories people love to hear.
Revoked due to this crypto market crash. And other high-profile celebs weren't immune either. I'm talking about guys like Tom Brady and Odell Beckham Jr. and
Tom Brady lost a bank on FTX. He was probably one of the biggest, he lost 55 million or something. He definitely lost a very, very big amount that people didn't talk about.
Mr. Wonderful himself, Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary. Mr. Wonderful? More like Mr. Wonder where all that money went. Okay, that roast felt way cooler in my head. Way cooler in my head. So in the wake of all this madness, people have taken to the modern man's Acropolis, Twitter, to spill their guts on what crypto cost them. And there's an entire account now dedicated to this called Coinfessions. Let me read some for you. I've lost $350,000 of Solana since I bought it at the all-time high in 2021. I don't know what to do anymore. I've fallen into
350K of Solana. Now it's kind of back up, but not at its peak. Imagine buying 350K of Solana in the peak. I fall into deep depression now. That's bad.
A deep depression.
Solana did go back to 25%. It went down by 90% and went back to 25%. So this guy has about what? Not a lot, 60K, 50K. Imagine if you put that in ETFs or just interest rates.
When will it end? Dark stuff. I'm down $5.5 million.
Okay, so a lot of these stories could be fake, so I'm not denying that. But 5.5 million USD from a few years in crypto, about 1.5 million in debt. How can you be 1.5 million in debt? Do you buy a fancy house? Found out I owe 250K in taxes.
From a few years.
I don't know if this is a true story. How can you even be that much in debt? What's making you go 1.5 million in debt? Maybe he got a lot on crypto money and bought a house and, he got wrecked. That's also a possibility.
In crypto. About $1.5 million in debt. And I just found out that I owe $250,000 in taxes. Follow me for financial destitution. Hey, at least we're laughing on the way down. I started trading crypto in September of 2017 with about $25,000. By early 2018, I quadrupled my money, which would have paid off all...
That's called the gambling?
...of my debt. Instead, I kept trading and losing, and now I have nothing left. I still have the debt, and I'm trying to get back to 6 figures to pay it off.
I kind of get that mentality. He was just trying to be big and go big and, basically have all that money easily.
Ugh. I lost everything. Right now, I got 5.43 USDT, and I'm spending way too many hours flipping coins. My math makes a quick 10x to 50 USDT, then again and again would be 5K. But honestly, I'm lying to myself and have no hope. I should spend more time doing useful things.
That sounds humbling. He's going from $5 to $50.
I hit a peak of $600,000 in net worth in January of 2018. I held meme coins down to 150K and then lost 140,000 of it day trading the bear market. I enrolled in a BS master's program to get $10,000 of student loans per semester.
This kind of sounds like pretty normal.
For more trading capital, and have been trying to make it all back the past 4 years. My family still thinks I'm rich. I have no friends, no girlfriend, and I spend 12 to 14 hours a day staring at charts.
That sounds like half of crypto Twitter.
I have 4.9 thousand left at the moment. 6 figures in student loan debt, 20,000 of credit card debt, and every day is hell on earth. That's a giant bummer. I mean, seriously. Those are some really sad, depressing stories.
They are sad, depressing stories. They're everyday crypto stories. This is a crypto journey. It's gonna happen. There's gonna be tons of like situations like this in crypto.
Of people who thought they were gonna get rich quick. Some of them did get rich quick, and they lost it all.
Yeah, because they kept, holding. So like they went ahead and lost everything.
It was hovering around 21,000 per coin. And the other big digital cryptocurrencies like Ethereum and Dogecoin, well, they took some significant hits too. And that's not even mentioning that basically all FTX investments are now worth $0.
And it's gone!
So,
yeah, FTX holders were the ones that really got wrecked, but nobody saw FTX actually going up. There's a lot of recession fears, there's a lot of other fears. Nobody predicted what would happen with FTX, but a lot of these people, they kept going saying it's going to go up, even including me, and then it actually goes down. So, be very careful of what you buy, what you sell, what you trade. I'm your host, Coin Central. Be sure to smash that like button. Until next time, peace everyone. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. This time we're going to be actually looking what's going on, and this is absolutely insane. People lost millions in crypto, and we're going to be checking the crypto stories. We're actually going to be looking at the market improved so far.
A personal story of mine about a time at the end of 2017 when I put my entire life savings into Bitcoin and turned $42,000 into...
So this is something Boogie2988 recently did. He put $500,000 in crypto and he only got back 30,000. So you got to be careful when you put life savings. Only put in what you can afford to lose, if at all.
Over $100,000 and then lost all of those profits. It's a story that one of the major UK newspapers actually covered called The Telegraph, and cryptocurrency was a lot newer back then. The main ones were Bitcoin, Ethereum. In this video, I want to explain what happened, what I did, and what I learned from it so that you can take a lesson or two from it as well if you're investing in the crypto space. I essentially did what you're not supposed to do, to not put all of your eggs into one basket and to not tie all of your dogs to one leash, and to especially smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, as it massively helps out a small channel like mine to be seen by more great people like you who enjoy these videos and stick around for the community. So when I was younger, probably starting from college and then going through university, I was always pretty good with money and managed to save a lot. And as I became older and went through university, I was also very entrepreneurial and hardworking. Over time, I had managed to save around £30,000 or $42,000.
So $40,000 is kind of a lot, especially after college. You're probably in debt, or you stay and study in some fancy college that you end up spending a lot of money on. So it's not that bad actually.
From freelancing and my design gigs, working in multiple jobs, and just generally enjoying being busy and making money while studying for my degree. Almost all of the money stashed away was in a stocks and shares ISA, which in the US is also known as a Roth IRA. And to be fair, it was comfortably gaining about 7% a year and ticking along quite nicely, bearing in mind that all of this was also tax-free. After graduating, I began renting in London for my new graduate job. I was fresh-faced and earning a decent salary after graduating, which had helped with the saving, even in London with its extortionate rental prices.
Prices in London are absolutely crazy, and that's why a lot of people can't put money in crypto, because it's so freaking expensive. London prices are like 1,500 pounds.
And so far, I had been pretty sensible with money. I was learning how to make this stuff, but also invest it wisely into a managed fund or portfolio, which is spread across hundreds of different companies to minimize risk and balance out any of those losses. And all of those gains to hopefully get something above 0%, as savings accounts were pretty much offering that and still are today. To describe that position, I was definitely comfortable. I had $40,000 stashed away in the stock market, had a great job earning great money with room to move up the ladder, and didn't intend to buy a property or anything major for at least a few years. So it felt like the money would work hard for a few years, and then when I'm ready, I would take it out and then buy a property with it. But this is where I wanted something more. I wanted to see whether I could push the money further and put it into something more riskier in the hope of greater returns. On Fidelity, where I was investing all of my money at the time, I had some more riskier funds, and mine was sat kind
I'm pretty sure Fidelity went bankrupt. No, I'm not too sure. I gotta check that out. Did Fidelity go bankrupt? No, Fidelity did not go bankrupt. That was actually another crypto exchange that had a pretty similar name.
kind of in the middle. So it wasn't the lowest risk, but also not the highest risk either. And then at the same time, Bitcoin was just starting to become very popular, and the media were talking about it because it had shot from a few $100s into a few thousand all of a sudden. And when something increases that fast, everybody wants in. It creates loads of media attention, which means more people buy in, and then it increases the price even further. So I became more and more interested and probably started thinking about putting money into Bitcoin when it was about $4,000 at the time, just for one Bitcoin. I probably put a few thousand in it to play around and started to see what was happening. I was getting 10% returns, 20% returns, 30% returns, and it just kept going up and up and up. So out of greed, I decided to jump all in and withdraw my life savings out of my tax-free ISA and put all of that into Bitcoin. And then by the time I had all of the cash out of the ISA and ready to reinvest, Bitcoin had already gone up to about $6,000. So for $42,000, I owned about 6 Bitcoins averaged out. And the platform which I invested in at the time, which was eToro, even promoted me to a diamond member, which was basically because I had so much money invested with them, they kind of bumped me up, and it was some kind of privilege that you get with that particular level, like extra support, etc. But it was unfortunate that all of this also wasn't in an ISA, so after putting $42,000 in, whatever I made back wouldn't have been tax-free. But to be fair,
So that's not that bad.
the younger me wasn't even really thinking too much about capital gains tax. I just wanted to see massive returns that you can get in.
So how I got rich in crypto, I want to see the point where he actually comes to crypto and loses it all.
And I remember waking up in the morning and then seeing Bitcoin had risen massively again and again by another few $100s.
Yeah, that's what happened in 2021. So this was pretty popular in 2021, which is absolutely insane.
6,000 became 7,000, $7,000 became 10,000, and I could see my life savings just increasing literally on a daily basis, which was an amazing feeling. I felt like I had literally just cracked life and unlocked the top level, which is almost like a money printing machine. From having this stocks and shares ISA and gaining about 7% a year, I then had this crazy eToro account which was gaining about 7% every single day. I just couldn't get my head around it, and I'd never really seen anything like it, but I did wonder about selling some of that off, but I decided to keep all of the cash in and just to keep seeing where it could go. Lo and behold, it just kept climbing. It was just absolutely mind-blowing seeing this decent sized pot of money grow into a very, very large sum. $42,000 turned into over $70,000, and it kept on going. I was already starting to think about what size house I'd be able to afford with the new bigger deposit in London.
Exactly. That's the biggest mistake you make. When you go for actual bigger expenses after you make more money, that's the absolute craziness that I'm seeing right now. That's the absolute terrible factor. Just getting, more income and then spending the same amount of money is not that good.
And checking out different for sale prices around where I lived to see how much of a mortgage I'd need with the new large chunk of cash that I'd made through Bitcoin. Strangely, I became somewhat used to it. I thought that Bitcoin would just keep on surging and surging in this snowball effect of more people buying, more media attention, which then causes more people to buy, and watching the graphs go up and up every single day. It kind of changed from euphoria just to kind of normal. It felt great knowing that I had grown my cash into a decent pot of money to use. And the plan was to keep on holding for a long time and see how far it really could grow. I even actually wondered at one point whether I would become a millionaire off of it. And more time went on, and I'd get into the cycle of wake up, view the gains, carry on with daily life while still checking out the iPad to my side.
That's actually pretty normal to see, every single day. You don't have to look at your charts. You do not have to look at your charts. You can keep it simplistic, really.
like every hour on the hour. And to be fair, it was about at this point I was researching tax on crypto and capital gains tax and how it all works, as I was none the wiser about all of that kind of stuff at the time.
Wow.
But I was realizing that whatever I made on the Bitcoin, I would be paying somewhere between 20 to 40% tax, depending on all of the total earnings if I had sold it all. And all of this also happened over the Christmas period in 2017, so it was also a great end to the year, celebrating with family and watching all of these gains. But then came a really strange moment. I remember the day it hit six figures. To see over $100,000
For a young guy, that's a pretty good day, actually.
sat there in my eToro account. It was like a figure I'd only ever dreamed of seeing in a bank account or an investment account, but I also was about 22 years old, so still quite young to the whole investing thing. From working incredibly hard over the years and storing away as much money as possible, I'd essentially almost tripled the money and had six figures sat there. I just couldn't get my head around it. And there's always a saying to not get too greedy in stock shares and markets, because you never really know what could happen after a large surge in a company, and nobody knows where the peak is. All you can really do is look back in hindsight and look at where you bought and then where you sold. But part of me really wishes that I would have just seen those six figures and just sold at that point and then enjoyed turning $40,000 into $110,000 just as it was hitting all of the crazy highs. And I think Bitcoin was around $20,000 at that point. But then with any almighty crash in any stock or crypto, what goes up must come down. And this is where I started to learn the hard way. Now, my big caveat here is that yes, in 2021, we know that the coin is $60,000. But back in 2017, when it surged to $20,000, nobody knew that. And no one knew what was going to happen this year. The price started going down, my six figures turned back into five figures, and it kept dropping and dropping and dropping. And this is where I learned my major lesson: not to put all of your eggs into one basket and invest your entire life savings into one thing that is really hyped up. As quickly as...
So this video was basically him not selling at the top, as far as I understood. Like, the whole point was him not selling at the top, and that's the biggest problem. I think that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, a lot of people, they don't sell at the top and they just wait a bit more and it's fine. And they sell in 10, 20 years. So what he saw is his crypto going up to 100K, getting lucky, and then saying, oh, maybe I won't sell. So that's the most normal scenario. It's not like a crypto coin crashing and putting it all in. It's just that he put like 40K in, it went back to 100K and then dropped a bit. This is not crazy bad, in my honest opinion. It's actually not that bad.
As I'd gained all of this equity in the Bitcoin investment, it was tanking down and actually went as low as $3,400, which would have halved my investment and lost most of my life savings. Thankfully, I made a decision that even to this day, I still don't regret. I took the money out pretty much at the point that I put it in at. I might have lost about $1,000 or so after converting it back to pounds, but just that feeling of wishing I would have sold at 100K instead, I was just left back with the original $42,000 and then put it back into normal index funds again. I definitely got my fingers burnt and learned a lesson from that. But with that being said, and
there's obviously no free money in crypto, but I have heard crypto confessions, way worse stories than this. So do you guys want more content like this? Smash that like button. I'll keep you guys updated with more news. Until next time, peace everyone. All right, so we have another crypto story. How I lost over $300,000 in crypto and went broke. So this is pretty amazing. This happened actually 4 months ago. The audio is not the best, but I'm definitely interested in these kind of crypto stories.
Cryptocurrency and blockchain.
Smash that like button, by the way.
An update. Smash the like, guys. This video is going to be all about you guys and all about me admitting to what exactly happened to me in the cryptocurrency market. It's not the best of stories, but it might be a lesson to everyone to stay.
And just know there's tons of crypto stories like this. That's the big crazy part. You know, Ben Armstrong, BitBoy, lost probably tons of money, especially after getting that divorce. He's probably losing tons, and that's okay. In life, you live and learn.
In your own lane.
People are also saying, you know, other drama, like he was paying 50K for this and that, he was gambling a lot. And I'm not even talking about BitBoy, I'm talking about YouTube content creators in a whole, and anyone being in the crypto market. Not everybody's a winner. Not everybody is a super big winner.
Stay focused and don't do things for the wrong reasons, and have an intention behind everything that you do. I was actually doing extremely well in the crypto market, and I realized something along the way. Once I lost a lot of funds, not due to a hack, due to stupid decisions, and just getting out of my comfort zone, which was, I was extremely invested in some projects on stacks, and in Bitcoin. Actually, a few years ago, I was extremely invested into Bitcoin, heavily invested, and I was really compelled on the future of cryptocurrency and mostly Bitcoin. But along the way, I started to get really good at predicting which altcoins were going to explode. Um, and, I'm a Pisces, and we actually have this nature of knowing things, um, or having knowledge to things before they happen. Um, and it's just part of my nature. I understand trends. I understand.
I didn't really understand. Yeah, his skills, what he understand trends on Stack or Slack, what coins will go up, but I don't understand how he lost 300k.
And charts. I can understand when something's going to happen. Is that always the case? No, I've been wrong plenty of times, and the last time was actually a perfect example. I told people to buy pleb. It was a meme coin. I actually ended up doing really good on my purchase of pleb, but I never cashed out. I never sold my bags, and I don't make videos to pump my bags and then sell them on people. That's not what I do. I did make videos to, show
But always take small profit. Always take small profit.
people the importance. I mean, not the importance, but I made videos to show people why they might want to buy pleb, and I thought it might explode for other people like it exploded for me. But that's not the case always. And, like I said, I didn't tell you guys to buy pleb or buy Pepe so that I could sell my bags. It's not what it was. I just thought that this was going to be a coming trend and it was going to blow up, and it still might blow up. But the thing is, I went from like $50,000 in pleb all the way down to about $2,000, 25x decline. And I was actually in some really good projects before I sold the money for pleb, before I sold the cryptos for pleb. But the whole point behind this whole story, guys, is I got out of my comfort zone, and I really like making videos for you guys. And I started to make videos to make money. And I always had money in the back of my mind. Hey, am I gonna
So he's making videos to make money, like most content creators. That's interesting.
make money? Are these videos gonna make my bags go up, basically? And not even just that, but always thinking about the money aspect behind everything. And that's not why I started this channel. I started the channel because I thought people wanted to hear information about cryptocurrency, but along the way, acknowledgement is what I really wanted out of this. It wasn't monetary value. And use your talents for good, I'm talking to the camera, but I like to make videos with other people. Along the way, I lost that too. So and I realized that
So trying to find a part where he loses a ton of money.
along the way, I lost that too. So it's a lesson to everybody, especially to myself. Stay in my own lane. Don't worry about the monetary value of the cryptocurrencies. Right now, I don't have $1 in crypto, guys. I don't have one single penny in crypto.
So he lost over 300k by buying pleb token, going all in pleb token. Let's see what the pleb token is worth today. So let's see here, pleb token. Pleb token is down more than 99%. Ain't that crazy? Yeah, it's absolutely down, and it had maybe a volume of 5 million. So it didn't even have enough liquidity to pull out 300k. Maybe it was at the peak, like for one day. For one day, maybe it was like then dropped like 50%.
But what I do have is my voice, and that I was only making videos when my back.
So as far as I understand, I didn't watch the other videos, but he lost over 300k by buying a token and ended up losing everything because the token was a low volatile liquidity. Guess what, guys? This is what happens when you buy small tokens, when you don't buy Ethereum. When you're going against Ethereum, obviously, respect to this guy for buying his shitcoin and getting wrecked. But he's saying, oh, I shouldn't have, like, rugged on you guys, but I shouldn't have, like, really sold on you guys. I shouldn't have done this. I need to think more about money. He was very honest, actually. He said, oh, I wanted to make money off you guys, but instead I lost 300k and I didn't sell. So he didn't take profits. So always take profits is the moral of the story. I'll keep you guys updated with more news. Until next time, peace everyone.